Welcome to 10-Minute Tips. The topic for this session is getting your course ready for students, for faculty with blank Blackboard courses. The topics that we'll cover today include, first of all, how should students get started, the syllabus, and putting in contact information. Second, materials and graded activities. We'll talk about how to post files, create assignments, and create and deploy tests. Then we'll talk about using Blackboard for communication and grading. The announcements tool and the calendar tool will be discussed, and we'll show you how to put a link to the gradebook. Next, organizing your course menu and course contents. I'll show you how to set the landing page for your course and how to move content and menu links around. Then finally, we'll talk about course and file access. I'll show you how to make your course files available and how to make your course available for student access. When your course becomes available for you to use in Blackboard, a link to it will show up in your My CSS tab in Blackboard. It will probably look something like this, saying there are no available items in this course. We recommend uploading the syllabus to the course in a prominent place where students can see it right away when they access it. To do this, you'll need to create a content area in the course. I'll call this Getting Started, so that students know that this is the first place they should go when they access the course. I'll click the Getting Started link that I've created, and from Build Content, I'll choose File. And I'll choose to browse my computer to upload the syllabus that I've created. And you'll have to enter the name of the course file as it will appear to students. Scroll down. We recommend checking the Open a New Window option, as it often helps with browser issues. And click Submit. Now students can click this syllabus link and download a copy of it. Another thing that you can add is your contact information. From the Tools drop-down menu, choose More Tools and go over to Contacts. Submit this, and a link will show up. And from here, you could click Create Content, and then you can add all the information about yourself, including your name, your email, phone number, office location, office hours, additional notes. You can attach an image of yourself, put in a personal link, and don't forget, you need to choose to make the profile available here in order for students to see it. Another way that you can use your Blackboard course shell is to post materials for your students to be able to download or access when they're not in class. Create assignment submission areas that will be automatically feeding into the Blackboard gradebook, and create and deploy tests. To add a file, first we have to add a content area. And I'm going to call this the Learning Activities area. Make it available to users. From within Learning Activities, I choose File, and to browse my computer. Let's call this the Unit 1 Lecture PowerPoint. Once you submit that, students will be able to click this link and download the PowerPoint file. If you'd like to add an assignment Dropbox area, from Assessments, choose Assignment. From here, you can either type in instructions, or you can attach instructions that you have in a Word document from the Attachment menu. You can also enter in the due date. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that here. And I'll give it a 50 points possible. This is going to make this assignment show up in the gradebook. When students want to submit this essay, they just click here and they'll be prompted to upload a file. Let's say you have a quiz that you want your students to take. From assessments, choose the test option. I've already uploaded a test here, but let's say you hadn't yet. You would choose the create a new test option. We'll call it test 1. And we'll create a question. In this case, I've chosen an essay question. And once I submit it, it will give it a point value of 10 points. Let's say that's the end of my test. Now I'll go back and I'll be able to choose test 1. And from here, I can add instructions. I can say whether to open it in a new window and making it available. When I click this, it will be available now. You can also set it to have a display after and display until dates, if you want only a specific window of time. You can also set a due date for the test. Now you'll see that students, when they want to take the test, will just click this link and they'll be able to take it right here. Using Blackboard for communication and grading. One of the most important ways that Blackboard can be useful, even with a traditional course, is for announcements. The Announcements tool can be made available to students from the menu on the left. Click Tool Link, and from the drop-down menu, the Announcements option will be available. I'll give it the title, make it available to users, and submit it. It'll prompt you to create your first announcement. You can use this to send announcements to your students even before the start day of the term. If you choose Not Date Restricted, the announcement will become available right away and will stay available. To send a copy of the announcements via email to students, you need to choose the Not Date Restricted option. You can also link them to a specific area of the course, for example, the Getting Started section. The Calendar tool is very useful for students and for faculty to see due dates of assignments and other activities. Choose Tool Link and choose the Calendar feature, make it available to users. When students click on this, they will actually be able to see any due dates for activities that you've already put in the course. If you want students to be able to see their grade in progress in Blackboard, you also need to add a link to that. Choose Tool Links and scroll down to My Grades. It's important to pay attention to how these links and the content are organized. Think about how can you present this in the most intuitive way so that students will know what to do. For example, the order of this menu, I think maybe I'll put announcement directly under Getting Started. And then the calendar under that, the learning activities here and grades here. In learning activities, if I was going to post things for every unit of the course, this might start to feel unorganized. So what I'm going to do is build a content folder here, and I'm going to call it Unit 1. Now what I can do is move these items into Unit 1. And they'll show up here. Then you can create folders for each of your units, or you can break it apart by weeks, however you want to break it apart. To set the page where students will go when they first access the course, you go to the Customization menu in the Control panel. Click Teaching Style. The very first option here asks you, where do you want students to enter? And it's going to default to the first item in your menu. Let's say I want them to land on the announcements page first. So I'll submit that. Then when students click on the link to the course from their My CSS tab, it will take them directly to the announcements for the course. The last things I want to show you are how to make course files available and how to make your course available. From the control panel, find the Files menu and click on the course link. Go up to the title, and when you click on the menu option here, you'll be able to choose permissions. What you need to do is add a course user list. Choose all course users and choose the read option, but only the read option, and choose this overwrite option here and submit it. You'll see now there's another row. This allows students accessing the course the ability to open files that you've posted. If you don't have this set, students won't be able to open files such as the syllabus or PowerPoint files. And finally, you need to make the course available to students so that they'll see the link in their My CSS tab. For that, you go back to Customization and Properties. The Set Availability option here is defaulted to No. If you want the course to be available, you choose the Yes option on the day you want it to open. Once you've done that, students will see the link to it in their My CSS tab. And remember, you need to make your Blackboard course available to students by 8 a.m. on the first day of the term.